Hey, welcome to BreitWerks. Yep, we're back on Porsches. This is a 2017 Macan GTS 3-liter V6, and let's see, last year we did a lot of the major service stuff. It's got 60-ish thousand miles, or 57, something like that. So we are definitely not doing anything but an oil change. Haha, we'll see if that holds true. All right, we're gonna get after it and follow along. You guys have seen me use this cool little tool before, but basically it's for checking brake fluid. And put it in, turn it on. Ooh, look at that. We've got one orange light, which basically says less than 1%. So, two things it does. It tells us, one, the tool is working, and two, we don't need to flush the brake fluid. So, we're gonna get on with life. So, moment of truth, we got the belly pan off. Let's see. There's a little stuff there. A little bit here. Figure out where that's coming from. Everything on the front of the motor looks very, very good. What else we got here? Everything's looking good there. Axle boots, good shape. Good shape. Rotors look like they're wearing a little bit. We'll have to do brakes on this at some point. Let's see back here. Axle boots look good. Axle boots look good. Staying nice and clean. I don't remember if it was the last service or the service before, but we changed differential fluid, we changed PDK, all of the serviceable fluids. Sway bar links look good. And definitely got some wear on the rotors, but it looks like, I don't know if you guys can see it, looks like pads are still okay, so it doesn't have to be done this month. All right, well, let's see, we got drain plug and an oil filter canister to get off, so we'll do that right now. All right, so for all you Macan lovers, and I know you're out there, I know you're on our channel, here's a weird one for me. So I've never had a drain plug on one of these leak before, but it appears that that is the only place that this oil is coming from, because when you look above everything, it is dry as a bone. And remember, we had the front timing cover on this one completely resealed, so you look up in there and no oil above there, no oil above there, none above there. You know, nice and clean that is up there. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm wondering if we just either didn't, I mean, I know we torqued it down to torque spec. Maybe this go around I will try a copper crush washer instead of the aluminum one. But this here, right, these oil filter canisters, I am not convinced that Molly and everybody is making the actual right size gasket for these. There's a 4mm, and I think there's a 5 or a 6mm, and there's a 2mm, and I think they're just putting 4s and everything. So we're gonna check that. But yeah, I mean, nothing, absolutely nothing above where we can see that. Nothing on the pan. So really, it just looks like the oil's going from here to here, puddled up there. And if we look at the inside of our drip pan, if you will, there's really, I mean, nothing to write home about. So, all right, well, we'll clean this up. We'll change out that gasket this go around, and then we'll keep an eye on it. But hey, for 62,000 miles, I think that double check that. 62,000 miles, not bad. And we've done the fluid, and we did the little baby PDK filter on the outside. All those guys screaming, you gotta do the filter on the inside. Yeah, we'll get to it eventually. But transfer case fluid. So this car's been taken care of. It's driven very nicely. All right, get on with it. All right, so this time I took it, instead of 30 foot-pounds, I took it to 35 foot-pounds. I did not have a copper crush washer in the right size. So we stayed with aluminum, but we also cut open the oil filter, and everything looks really good in there. So we're gonna put the new filter back in after we finish cleaning the canister, but looks like we've got single gasket and torque to the right torque value. And then we look down in there, just seeing if there's anything we should be seeing, and we'll get that back together. So we're using the OX254 D5. So the early Cayennes use the OX254 Gen 2 Cayennes, and they use a D2, which this designates the size of the O-ring. And what I did was I checked this O-ring against a Porsche version that I have in a baggie, and it is the absolute right O-ring. So didn't really see any leaking coming from there. So I'm pretty confident that we're good. But yeah, we'll get this guy torqued down and go from there. All right, while the oil was draining, I took a chance to do a little cleaning. So all the plastic, you've seen in my other videos, gets a product called Pearl, and then all the metal, steel, painted steel, gets a ceramic spray wax. And then we use this cool bow shield stuff on everything that's aluminum. So this already has a coat of bow shield on it, but you can tell because stuff turns a little bit yellow. And that's the wax that's inside the bow shield. But basically just trying to keep everything kind of, you know, from corroding and rusting or having any problems. But yeah, everything is pretty damn good shape. 60,000 miles. All you northern cars absolutely can't do this. I mean, you can, but some of those pictures that I've seen of the cars up north, it's amazing. 60,000 miles and they look like they've got 150 million on them. All right, that's the last thing we do before we put the undercover on. So we're gonna do that. We'll go topside. Not too bad for what, 2017, it's a 6-year-old car. Actually, based on the build date, it's almost 7 years old, but it was sold as a model year 17. I think they have that right there, but it was built in 16. So we gave her 8 quarts of France's finest. You've heard me talk about this Motul stuff. Absolutely love it. Works great. Keeps things very fresh. And then I always use Techron fuel system conditioner. And, you know, with these DFI motors, question is, do you really need it? Well, that stuff goes through your fuel pump. It goes through your high pressure fuel pumps. It keeps everything kind of running the way it should. Plus, if you don't have a DFI motor, if you look at our video on the Volkswagen Passat that had 192,000 miles on it, the backside of the intake valves look brand new. So something is working correctly with that stuff. But yeah, Motul's good stuff. Not cheap at all, but the XS, not the X Clean. The XS Gen 2 has the lowest amount of calcium in it, which helps with low speed pre-ignition, right? So there's a lot of new technology stuff that's going on in these cars, especially with the DFI, that is wreaking havoc, and Motul seems to have it kind of figured out, which is great. Not the X Clean, but the XS or XS, and that's the Gen 2 version, and it's Porsche A40 approved. So that's good for the 6-cylinder motors, turbocharged stuff. I think it's C30 on the base Macans, so it's a completely different oil. But yeah, she's looking good. Pretty happy with her, and we're just gonna put her back together. So thanks for watching. If you like these kind of videos, hit that subscribe button. But that's an annual service on a Macan. Have a fantastic day.